Hey, good morning everybody. This is John from Volkswagen Planet, and today I'm going to give you guys an update on where we stand with a 1972 Super Beetle. This is the car that we're actually going to rewire and trace the wires, and as we go along we're going to be making videos to help you so your vehicle won't look like this. So what I've basically done here, I've got the front wiring harnesses into about 4 or 5 different area and looms where this is basically where everything's going to ride into the main parts of the harnesses. The first major clump of wires is going to go to the emergency flasher switch, which is right here. And as you guys remember, well, I think it was the windshield wiper, we noticed that a couple of the wires come off the turn signal switch and run parallel into there. So that will be kind of piggyback, and the ignition switch and turn signal switch is about 50% of the wiring that will be going to those 2 different sections. The next section we have is the main wiring that will be going to the rear of the car. A lot of this again gets tied into the ignition switch and turn signal switch. Up in front here you've got this other harness, which there's going to be 2 underneath the front hinge. All the yellow wires primarily are going to go to the front headlights, turn signals, high beams, and such. The yellow harness, like we just got done talking about, the majority of this is going to be the ignition and turn signals. It's going to go down, like I said, right behind the brake reservoir. We'll go inside the car real quick, and that'll be this casing right here. Remember I told you guys it comes up from inside the trunk, inside the cabin area of the bug. So let's turn the camera around here. It's going to go right along the inside of the heater channel area. I did slice this case over so we can trace the wires that go from up inside the hood to here. As we get along further in our videos, we'll talk more about the voltage regulator and how everything gets tied into there, or maybe the wires go over to the battery area. And the majority of those wires are going to come from up in front to the fuse box, back up into that hole, which is going to lead to the rear of the car. Let's take another couple steps here and we'll go to the back of the car. Okay, now we're in the back. Again, these will be the harnesses that are coming out from that hole. There's going to be, I believe, two harnesses. This harness here, which again, we're going to talk about all this in future videos. This is going to go behind the fan shroud, and it's going to go back into this area over here. I believe we already did one fuse where we actually ran the wire over there, and turns out that it actually goes to the plate, license plate. If you want to follow those videos, I believe it's number 3 or maybe even 4 that discusses that. I want to say it's fuse 2, but take a look at those for your reference. The other wiring is going to be coming off the front, that harness like I got done talking about, and that will be going to the inside. Let's see if I get a better picture. There you go. That'll be going inside to the left rear light assembly. I do want to show you the 2 wiring harnesses that we've been working on and we did label. The first one would be the ignition switch, which I've got it pulled out just a little bit so you can see where those little metal teeth actually plug into the black harnesses here. Now if you remember, these are all the wires that we labeled from the book, off the wires and off those little wire identifiers in the casing there. So what I was talking about before is all these wires need to go up into this one particular hole here, which is a little rubber grommet that goes back into the car. This big hole right here, this is where the fuse box is going to be. And on the other side of the steering column is going to be our other harness, which this right here was the wiring harness that goes off the ignition switch. This right here, we'll find there's our ignition. So right back underneath it, let's see if I can get a picture of it here. There's a couple little prongs, as you can see. That right there will plug into that right there. And again, we see, let's see if I can get that over here just a little bit. We see another hole right there, and that hole, all those wires from the ignition switch has to go through there. So that just gives us a quick basic update. And like I said, all those wires, we got some going to the battery box. We got some going to the back of the relay. But again, I don't want to confuse you. I just want to give you guys, show you guys where the Beetle is, where I stand in the project. So as always, guys, stay tuned. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless our great nation. And thank you for stopping by. And we'll catch you on the next video.